Many people have these big dreams, big goals that they want to achieve, but sometimes we doubt ourselves and we sometimes just give up. When we are facing any challenge, do we just go in head on straight and just deal with the challenge, or do we give up in defeat? What's up, you guys? Aditi. Welcome back to our channel. Today's psychological concept is also given to us by Albert Bandura. I'm saying also because last week I made a video on reciprocal determinism, which was given by Bandura as well. So today's topic is also coined by Albert Bandura, and it's self-efficacy. Self-efficacy is a person's belief in their ability to succeed in a particular situation. So like I said in the beginning, that we have these goals that we want to achieve. We have these, like, I'm going to be a psychologist, I'm going to be a doctor, I'm going to do this in life, I'm going to climb the Mount Everest or whatever. But to achieve these goals, that is a difficult part. Like, planning and all of that is quite easy, relatively easy, but putting those plans into action is when we face difficulties at times. And this is what Bandura spoke about when he spoke about self-efficacy, that self-efficacy plays a major role in how we deal with these goals and these difficulties that we face when we have to achieve these goals. So people with a strong sense of self-efficacy develop deeper interest in the activities in which they participate, form a stronger sense of commitment to their interests and activities, recover quickly from setbacks and disappointments, view challenging problems as tasks to be mastered. Whereas people with a weak sense of self-efficacy avoid challenging tasks, believe that difficult tasks and situations are beyond their capabilities, focus on personal failings and negative outcomes, quickly lose confidence in personal abilities. So now we know what self-efficacy is and what it means to have high self-efficacy or strong self-efficacy and low or weak self-efficacy. So the question is that, do you have strong or weak self-efficacy? If you have a strong sense of self-efficacy, then it's amazing, but not everyone is like that. So there may be some who feel that they have low sense of self-efficacy. So my question is that, how do we build or how do we develop this self-efficacy? So self-efficacy starts forming in our childhood, but that doesn't mean that it starts in childhood and ends there. It's not like that. We continue to build or develop our self-efficacy even in adulthood. So even if you are an 18-year-old or you're a 10-year-old or even you are 28-year-old, you can still develop your self-efficacy. So according to Bandura, there are 4 major sources of self-efficacy. So let's see the first one. So the first thing is to master experiences. I'm sure kabhi na kabhi, you did something and then you accomplished it. Like, you did it so well. Maybe you were drawing, or maybe you were learning a language and you could draw something so well, like it's very much close to perfection in your eyes or in everybody's eyes, and you were learning a language and then you could speak very fluently and very comfortably with maybe a native speaker, or maybe when you were practicing, and that sense of feeling that you get of doing something right, achieving it, that is how you will strengthen your self-efficacy. However, failing adequately in achieving your goals can weaken your self-efficacy, but you have to remember and keep a positive mind that if you are having successes, you are also going to have failures here and there, but that doesn't mean that you are not capable of doing something. So you need to have that positive thinking as well. That's how you will be able to build the self-efficacy. So to achieve something and to accomplish whatever you're doing, you have to do something. So you have to take up new tasks, you have to take up new challenges, and you have to work towards them, and only then you can achieve. You can't sit in one place and be like, oh, you know what, I want to achieve this and I want to achieve that. You will not be able to, because you're not doing anything about it. So take up new challenges, keep teaching yourself that you can learn and you can acquire new skills. And this positive way of thinking that you are capable of achieving your tasks will make you work towards them, and that is how you will actually achieve them. Second point is vicarious experiences. So vicarious is like through choose someone. So basically when you see somebody else doing something, you feel like यार वो कर सकता है तो मैं क्यों नहीं, when I can do it. It's not like a competing thing. It's like there's so many viewers of mine who see me as a 28-year-old going to college and starting my career from square one, and that made many people actually start their career as well. So there were students who were only 22 years old and they were scared to get into a bachelor's degree with their batchmates being 17 and 18-year-olds, thinking, oh my god, I'm too old for this. So you're not. So looking at me, many people thought, if she can do it, why can't I? The same thing happens if you're learning a new language. When you see somebody who is not a native speaker and they have done beautifully and they are fluent in that language, then why can't you? So that's Vicarious experiences. When you see somebody else doing something, you feel that you can also do it. Third one is social persuasion. So Bandura said that when we hear something positive about ourselves from somebody else, that actually increases our capabilities. Like we start believing in ourselves because somebody else believes in us. It's basically that. So even if family members say that, oh, ye to kuch nahi karega, for example, if his teachers, his peers and everybody, like maybe his school wale sab believe in him and always encourage him and motivate him ki nahi, you can score, you can achieve, you can get into this big college or you'll get a scholarship, whatever, then you start believing in your own abilities and your own capabilities, which strengthens your self-efficacy. So the emotional, physical, psychological well-being of a person can also determine how strong or weak their self-efficacy is. So for example, if a person is afraid of public speaking and he feels nervous before he is supposed to speak be on stage and speak, then he will have a weak sense of self-efficacy in these situations. So by learning to deal with this stress and anxiety and then just deal with that challenge head on, like head first, whatever, that actually teaches you to do better and achieve it, and again that increases your self-efficacy. And I hope this video helps you to achieve greater things in life, have a strong sense of self-efficacy, and I hope you achieve everything that you want to do in life. Because अगर believe नहीं करोगे तो करके कैसे दिखा पाओगे, So yeah, that's it. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next Friday with another psychology video.